turn you around. Okay, I'm back. Sorry guys, technical difficulties. Hopefully you guys can pop back in. I'm going to continue creating my card and just see if you guys can pop back in. I apologize. I'm going to get my iPad up again. Ay. What happened is I forgot to put my card on, or not my card, sorry. I forgot to put my phone on silent and I got a text and it just like bumped me off. So I apologize. It took me a while to get back in, but I'm just going to go ahead and keep creating. So hopefully you guys can join in again if you're out there watching. Otherwise, hopefully you can catch the replay later. Sorry. Anyway, so I think I went ahead and I colored most of the leaves. So I'm going to go back in and add another layer of color and just kind of build up these layers here. I'm just playing with my Brutus Monroe aqua pigments today, creating a simple one-layer card with, I embossed these leaves with some penny embossing powder, and I'm just filling them in with this aqua pigments. So if you guys are finding me again, like I said, I apologize. I had technical difficulties, so yikes. But we live and we learn. So hopefully in the future I don't have to make y'all look for me again. So I'm just kind of going to layer on more colors here, mixing a lot of them. I want to get some golds, some browns, some reds. By letting some of these colors dry and then coming back in, you really get to build up this color and these layers of color, and it just looks gorgeous. So there we go. I'm gonna add some yellow here on these greens. All right. And I think I want to put a little bit more red on this one up here. I don't know about you, but the red and the orange, the really bright, vibrant leaves are always my favorite. Those red and orange ones. I grew up in Wisconsin where we had tons of just gorgeous leaves whenever the leaves would start to change. And then we moved to Washington State, and they have a little bit of it there, but it's mostly pines, so I missed having the fall. And then in Oklahoma, where we were last, they didn't really have much for leaves changing colors. So here on our street now, we have some leaves changing colors. So it's kind of nice to get a little bit of fall, but it's not the same as it was when I grew up in Wisconsin. So I do definitely miss that. So I'm just taking my paintbrush, and now I'm just going to splatter on some of these different colors. Get some splatters on the background, add some texture and some interest. Just picking up a bunch of different colors that I used on the leaves, and just adding color all over the background. Get some green in there. So I don't know if any of you, if you're watching the replay, this is the second part of my live stream. My first part kind of kicked me out, unfortunately, and so I kind of just messed up, started a new one. But I'm using Brutus Monroe's aqua pigments to watercolor my background, and I stamped out these leaves. That's another Brutus Monroe stamp set, and then I embossed it in copper embossing powder, and I just masked off the middle, and I filled in all the leaves with my embossing or my aqua pigments, and I'm just going to kind of let it dry now. I think I'm going to hit it with my heat tool and just kind of speed up that drying process. Okay, so I dried it a little bit. I'm going to blot away some of this extra water here that was hanging on that didn't want to dry. I had a lot of water there, so I'm just going to blot it away. And then I have my really sort of simple background that's just stamped, embossed, and then watercolored. I masked off this area here so I could stamp and emboss a sentiment. So let me look through my stamps here. Where is my, here we go. So here's the stamps that I used. This is, I think, the Autumn Greetings is what it's called. It's got several of these sentiment. Okay. I'm having all sort of difficulties with this live stream today. Hopefully I can get this figured out so this doesn't keep happening. I'm sorry, guys. This is kind of a trial and error for me on YouTube. I've been doing live on the Brutus Monroe Facebook page, and I kind of got that figured out. But apparently YouTube is a little bit different, so I'm going to have to work on this. So I'm going to stamp and emboss the Autumn Greetings from this stamp set. I'm going to do the penny again, just like I did for the leaves here. And where's my embossing ink? Here it is. Stamp that out. Put that sort of right there. Hold it down a little bit so it can soak into the paper. And let's see. Sprinkle on my embossing powder. Okay, that doesn't look like it's working at all. Let me go ahead and wipe that off. Where's my towel? Okay, sometimes your embossing powder will stick if it's not quite all the way dry. So let me just hit, let's see. Let me see what happens if we try again. That looks a little better. There we go. And then I'm just going to sort of wipe away some of that extra. The extra embossing powder. There we go. Better. All right. So it was a mess at first when I tried to emboss. So let's see if this works better. All right. Here we go. So we have our, it's kind of a 1-layer card with all the watercoloring and everything. I think I want to put this on some craft cardstock. I think that would look nice. Let's see what I have here. Okay. Let's see how this looks. These are actually 5x7 cards that I have from Canvas Corp brands. They're already cut and pre-scored for you. So all you have to do is fold them and stick a card on the front. I'm really liking, I'm liking it on that craft, but maybe I can kind of, let's see. What else can I do? Ooh. Let me get some of this paper here. So this is some cardstock from Brutus Monroe. I think, I'm not sure if this is the Jurassic color or if it's, I'm not sure what color this is, but some green cardstock from Brutus Monroe. I'm going to mat it on here before I put it on my card base. I think that'll just, the extra layer will give it a little something special. There we go. And then I'm just going to adhere this down with my ATG. So 5x7 cards aren't usually the size that I do. I do a lot of A2 size cards, which are 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So 5x7 is definitely a little bit bigger than I'm used to. But these aqua pigment papers, these sheets of paper, they are larger than an A2 size card, which is fine. You can always trim them down, but since they're larger, it kind of makes it possible to mount them on a 5x7 card as well, and you can get different sizes out of your cards. So I'm really liking it matted on this green, and now I'm going to go ahead and just stick it down onto my card base. I think I'm going to just trim off a little bit of the side just to make it even on all 4 sides. It's still a little bit of an awkward size. There we go. I think that'll look better. And I can still just pop it in a 5x7 envelope and send it like that. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere this one down. And my card is almost finished. I have an idea of a few things I want to do to finish it off. A few little embellishments. There we go. And then just kind of continuing with the fall sort of rustic theme, I've got some twine here. I'm going to cut a little bit. Just kind of tie it into a little bow. I'm going to add that right down here, right underneath the sentiment. Hold it there for just a few seconds. I really love this Brutus Monroe glue because it dries fairly quickly, but not too quick, so it still gives you a little bit of wiggle room. But if you're just gluing something like this down, you don't have to hold it for a crazy amount of time, so that really works well. And then maybe I'll just see if I can pick out a few of these gold sequins. This is a sequin mix from Dress My Craft. If you look on their website, they have so many mixes and they're so gorgeous. And I picked up a few different mixes from Creativation this past year, and I've just been loving them. I pick out some of the colors that I need and I throw them on my cards. So definitely go check them out because they have a lot of different really unique shaker mixes that I really love. Let's see. I'm trying to pick out the gold ones. Maybe I should just invest in some gold sequins. Let's see. Maybe I can get... Here we go. Ta-da! Let's go ahead and adhere some of these down. And I kind of like to use my glossy accents for my sequins because I have it in this fine tip here, so I can just put a little bit down at once. I don't have to use a whole lot. And it dries clear, so I don't have to worry about a lot of it squishing out from behind the sequins. So let's go ahead and add a little bit of glossy accents. And I think this card is finished. So thanks for joining in. If you caught the first part of the video, hopefully you'll be able to come and catch the finishing part. Like I said, I had some technical difficulties, but hopefully I can do a little bit more of these live streams in the future. If you like them, just let me know if there's anything specific you want to see, or if you like, if you think I should just keep doing edited videos. But I have to say I do like coming on here and chatting with everyone and just building a card together. So thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys can catch the replay if you didn't catch this live. Otherwise, I'll see you next time and have a great day. Bye.